This video will demo how to download projects for grading and maybe a little organization for grading. You will navigate to your grades. You're only going to see part of my screen so that I am protecting students' privacy because this is an actual course. So when you get to your grade book, you'll find your final Excel Access project and you will have all of your students' projects submitted. Right now, I have one project submitted as under the test file. So there's two ways that you can download the files. One would be to click on these three dots here and download submissions, which means it will download every single student's submissions. And then I have a folder of work to delete. And if that's, my submissions from my Tuesday morning class, I might say Tuesday AM CSC116 final. And if you do that, then every single student's projects will be in one file. It will be a zip file. And if we go to visit that zipped file, then in order to access it, you'll need to extract it. That would be a right click and extract all, or depending on what system you're on, you might be able to double click and what what Windows version you're on. Now, here's what I want to show you that inside there for every student, it zipped their work, which is kind of nice because then you have each of the students' works um, in a single folder, but you are going to need to extract all, and then you can open that folder up and look at the grading. So for this particular one, I had put a reflection form, and then I did an access file and an Excel just for practice to see how it would work. So that's option one, where you download everybody's files all at once. The second thing that you could do back in this grading window is you could choose to use the speed grader. And if I go to the speed grader and I go to my test student, there's two ways that we now discovered your students can submit files. I thought they'd have to use a zipped folder to submit access files. So this is an example of a student's file that was compressed, and you click the download button and then choose your location to download it, and it will be named appropriately. If you want to organize and put it in a folder for grading, and I already did this once, as you can see, am I going to replace it? Yes. The other thing, and then I get my message that I downloaded a file. The other thing that might happen now, though, is I've discovered you can have the students upload the files individually. So they might decide to upload a final reflection and then their projects. Now they're supposed to be naming these with their last name, but if they don't, you're going to have to be really careful about saving them like into a folder. So like this is the test student. So when I go to download this file, then in my location where I am downloading files like CSC finals to grade, I might want to create a folder and say test student so that I make sure that all of that student's files are saved in the appropriate place. And then I go through and I have to download each of their files that they uploaded. And most students will probably just have the two files. I know you can't see all of my screen, but it's downloading to that common folder. So basically, you can use the speed grader and you can download the students one at a time, whether they have submitted several files or whether they have submitted a zipped file. Or you can use the gradebook view and choose to download all submissions all at once into a common file. There will be another video that shows you how to actually use the rubric for grading.